Family can fight on each other and telling the story of a family that had no wife, wanted a divorce, and he didn't want to be the kingdom, so he wasn't told that he was against the government and with the opposition. That's what you think of saying.
Hello. Where are we holding, Mario? What page are we on?
107.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, found it. Okay, great. 107. All right.
You can start.
What's that?
You can start.
Okay. It's going to be raining and raining and raining and raining. It looks like nonstop.
And after that, rain.
Yeah.
Oops. Let's see, Ernie.
Hey, Johnny.
Hi, Harold.
Hello.
How's it going?
Very good. Very good. Getting ready for shofar blowing tomorrow for New Year.
Uh-huh. You probably use trumpets instead of the chauffeur.
Yeah, that's right. Is it raining in LA?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know right now, but it was raining. Yeah. But not as bad as last week or 2 weeks ago.
Right, they say, yeah, not as hard, but still, like every day, God.
It still come down hard.
It's raining there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, yes.
but hard?
Light, but it's
Light.
raining.
Yeah, same here. Anyhow.
It is what it is.
But
Not too bad.
yesterday I went to the jacuzzi.
Oh, before the rain or in the rain?
No, before the rain.
Oh.
With the Mahalia. What is Ernie? He said 6:30 and 6 o'clock.
He told us, yeah, 6.
Oh.
That's Walter, I think. How do you get these things to disappear?
Which things?
You know, the bottom icons, can they disappear?
No, I don't think so. No.
I think if you touch the screen, does it go down?
No. They don't go down. They don't move.
Harold,
Yes.
Harold, how was it today? Probably
Amazing golf. Amazing golf.
No,
the best golf I ever played.
no rain, right?
No, it was so hot. I had to play in a t-shirt and underpants. It was hot.
Is it raining? No.
Yeah, it's raining. Light, but it's raining the whole time.
You
Yeah.
probably you played pickleball, right?
When we got here, yeah, but not now. Not in the rain.
Okay. You look like you got a tan.
Yeah, from the microwave.
Don't put your face so close.
Okay.
Take care of all your pimples, that's for sure. All right, Allah.
Tomorrow, 7:00. We're on Kuf Zion, 107. We're trying to find where the source for the Isser of and the punishment for Shchita and putting up on the Mizbeach. Rava Amak and Rav Yoina. Dom Rav Yoina, also Sham. It says, Kiyim b'makom asher yivchar Hashem be'echad shvatecha. In that place, Sham talel losecha. V'sham ta'aseh kol asher ani mitzaveka. So talel losecha is putting up on the Mizbeach, and Sham ta'aseh is the Shchita. Malahalan lo yana shalom ken yizir. We talked about Shchita, that there is a law, but the Torah didn't specifically say what the punishment is. We learned the punishment out from a drasha. So here too, that was by halog, putting up on the Mizbeach, Afkan regarding Shchita, lo yonash elim ken yizir. There's a lav, and there's an oynish because it's just like there's an oynish by halog, there's an oynish by Shchita. Fine. That's shechting something on the inside, which makes it a valid korban, which you put on the Mizbeach outside. What about muktrei chut that you get kores? Muktrei chut shal on the chut, so you shecht it outside. Now, when you shecht something outside, it's not valid. So why would I think that then putting something like that up on the Mizbeach, you'd also get kores? Minayin. Amar Rav Kahana, Amar Kra, the Alehem Tomar. And instead of the Aleph, you learn it with an Ayin. Ala Smuchim Toimar. It means this is written in the parsha nearby the offering a korban outside. So here also it's connected. Maski Florov and Miksi Alehem doesn't say Alehem with an Ayin, right? Alehem Miksi with an Aleph. Ela Kedeton of Rabbi Shmuel. It says Valehem Tomar La'arev Parshios. Both parshios of shechting and halah are sort of connected. And therefore the parsha that talks about halah, where we have a punishment, is also dealing with shechting. So there's a punishment as well. Rav Yochanan Omar, different limud. Asya havo. It says, V'al Pesach ol moed lo heviyo, v'al Pesach ol moed lo yevienu. Malahal muktrei chutz, it talks about shechting outside and offering outside, afkan muktrei chutz. So it's the same oynesh by shechting outside as you have shechting inside. However, maski flor of bibi. Adisnan shloishim v'sheish krisus b'toyra. We're going to learn Masechta Krisos that there are 36 averos that you get kores for. Now, if it's correct that there's a kores for somebody if you shecht inside, and there's another kores if you shecht outside, tlosen v'shev avyin. De'ekam alav amala, you have 37, not 36. Kasha, it's a problem for the Gemara. Now, the Haditnan, it says in the Mishnah, Hazorik mikzas damim b'chutz chayv. Let's say you're supposed to place the blood of a chatas 4 times on 4 different kronos of the Mizbeach. And you only do zrika 1 time on a Mizbeach outside, you're chayiv. Minola. How do you know this? Nafkilei midetanya. from the following brush. It says, Dam Yechoshev. L'rabas hazoyreg. If you do zrika outside on a mizbeach, you're chai. Div Rabbi Shmuel. Rabbi Kiva Omer O Zavach. The O Zavach of the Rabbis is hazoyreg, even if you just do zrik. I, Rabbi Shmuel, hi O Zavach my Ovidley. Rabbi Shmuel learns it from Dam Yechoshev. What does he do with O Zavach? L'chalik. The psukim talk about korban ola and korban shlomim. You might think that in order to be chayiv even one kores, you'd have to offer both an ola and a shlomim. So Rabbi Shmuel says no. O zavach is lechalek. Whether you offer or an ola or a shlomim, that's enough to give you kores. Rabbi Kiva lechalek minole. How does Rabbi Kiva learn the same din? Nafkilemi lo yiviyenu. From a different pasuk. I, Rabbi Shmuel, what does he do with lo yiviyenu? Ahu meboile, a different halacha. Ala sholem uchayiv. Ve'enu chayiv ala chaser. Different meforshim explain different ways that all the various parts of a korban that have to be offered, you have to offer all of them on an outside mizbeach to be chayiv. Another opinion says at least one limb. It has to be at least a sholem limb, not a part of a limb. Rabbi Kiva, how does Rabbi Kiva learn that you're only chayiv ala sholem? Nafkile mila asos oso. You're going to do it. It means the whole thing. Rabbi Shmuel, what are the two psukim for? Chad lemuktrei fnim. That for regular korbanis inside the base of Mikdash, that you don't fulfill the korban unless you offer all the pieces that are supposed to be offered. Shechasru ve'elu b'chutz, and you shechted on the inside and you offered only part of it on the outside, you're chayiv. And even if you shecht outside, if you offer even a part, you're also chayiv. That you're not chayiv unless you offer the whole thing. Otherwise, it's got to be sholem. Something that was shechted inside, and then you lost some of it. And vehelan b'chutz, and you offered it up to chayiv. It's tamadom ala soy ala sholem chayiv and chayiv ala chaser. So there's another pasuk that teach me that did. So Rabbi Kiva muktrei fnim, things that were shechted inside, shechasu vehelan b'chutz, that became deficient, you offered them outside chayiv. So he also only one of them. Only things that are shechted outside and offered partly, you'd not be chayiv. So you don't need two psukim to remove that. What does Rabbi Kiva do? Rabbi Kiva, I dami choshev moavit lei. L'rabba shchita sa'oif, that normally a bird korban is offered through malika, not shchita. So I might think that if you shecht a bird outside, a kotchim bird outside, you wouldn't be chayiv. No. The Dam Yechoshev comes to include Shchita Sa'oif. Rabbi Shmuel learns the same thing, but he learns it from somewhere else. Rabbi Shmuel Nafkile me O Asher Yishchat. What does Rabbi Akiva do with O Asher Yishchat? Rabbi Akiva Amar L'cha Hu Mabayle Ala Shoichedu Chayv Lo Lamoyle. Only if you shecht a bird outside are you chayiv. If you do malik outside, you're not chayiv. Even though when you offer a bird inside, you do it through malika, it's only shchute chutz we're chayiv for, not malika. How does Rabbi Shmuel learn that you don't get kores from malika outside? Rabbi Shmuel nafkele mizeh hadavar. The Tanya. It says asher yishchat. Ein li ela shoichet behema, I might think that you're going to be chayiv kores for shechting an animal outside. Shochad of minolan. How do I know that I'm also chayiv for shechting a bird? Talmud Lomer, o asher yishchat. Yachol afa moileg. I might think even if you did malika to a bird, you'd be chayiv. And it would be a kavachomer. Vidinu. Mar shchita dein derech asher bifnim. Shchita is not the way that you process the bird korban inside. Yet if you shech the bird outside, chayiv, malika, shederech asher bifnim. Malika, which is the normal way of processing a korban inside, ein odin shu chayiv, that certainly if you did malika outside, you'd be chayiv. Talmud Lomer ze'adover. The ze'adover, only the shchita is their chiyuv, not by malika. What does Rabbi Kiva do with that drosha asher yishchat? Rabbi Kiva amar lacha huma boile l'gzeir shav. Ze'adover it comes to teach me gzeir shav. By getting rid of certain nedorim. Has nothing to do with korbanos. V'hadisnan, what about the following Mishnah? A koi mates, someone does kmitza on a mincha, v'mekabel domim, or you mekabel blood after shchita, pachutz, potter. There's no chayiv kores. It's only shchita and halah. But if you do kmitza on a mincha outside, or you mekabel dam outside, these are pturim, minola. Now, why would I think meicha tesed the chayiv? Why do I need a special pasuk to pater these? Why would I think you'd be chayiv? So the Gemara says tesi mishchita. If you're chayiv for shchita, then you're chayiv for these. But the Gemara says that won't work. Mala shchita, she can poselis shaloi lo ichlin b'Pesach. If you shech the korban Pesach on behalf of people who are uncircumcised or tamei, so that shchita becomes puzzle. So in some respect, shchita is more chomer. You can't learn a kavah chomer from shchita. So teisim is zrika. We've already been taught that if you do zrika of dam outside, you are chayiv. So that's why we had a havamina to think that if you were koimetz or makabel dam, you'd also be chayiv. But the Gemara says you can't learn a kavah chomer from zrika. Malu zrika shekein zar chayiv alei misa. Someone who's not a kohen who does zrika, you're chayiv misa. Misa b'dei shamayim. You don't. If a zar is makabel blood or does kmitza, so there's no chiyuv misa for that. So you can't learn a kavah chomer from zrika. Teisi mibeinaye. Let's learn from a combination of shchita and zrika, kavah chomer. So we can't, because im kain lo yoymar bezrika v'teisi mibeinaye. Let the Torah completely be silent, not give me a pasuk for zrika, and we would learn from a combination of shchita and halah. Now, v'teisi mishchita, could you learn zrika from shchita? No, mala shchita, shkein posel shalol shemochlim b'Pesach. Zrika doesn't passel the same way. Teisi me'alah, you can't learn it from offering outside. Mala Allah shkein yeshnan b'mincha. Offering up a mincha outside, you're also chayiv. And there is no zrika by mincha. And teisi mibanai, to learn it from a combination, lachik siv kra, and that's why there's a pasuk to tell you regarding zrika, lemeimar deloy asim mibanai. You need a pasuk to tell you I'm not going to learn from a combination of the two. So we have no source for the chiyuv of kmitza or receiving blood. So therefore, we don't need a pasuk. Comes out. We ask the question minolan, but we don't need a pasuk for it. Okay. Amravavo. Shochat v'zarak. If you did shchita and zrika outside, L'divrei Rabbi Shmuel chayv achas. You only bring one chatas. L'divrei Rabbi Akiva chayv shtayim. Rabbi Shmuel learned you get koritz for zrika because dam yishafech. Now it's the same pasuk. It talks about shchita outside. So basically, according to Rabbi Shmuel, shchita and zrika is under the same category. But Rabbi Kiva, the zrika was learned from O Zavach, which is a different pasuk than the shchita. So you get two. Abaye Amar no. Afilu de Rabbi Kiva ina chayv alachas. You only bring chayv one. The Amar Kra, Sham ta'aseh olasecha. Hakasu v'ason l'kulan avoda achas. Offering korbanos outside, they've all been combined to one. And therefore, Zarak ve'Allah, if you did Zrik and you put up on the Mizbech, l'divrei Rabbi Shmuel chayv shtayim, l'divrei Rabbi Kiva chayv alachas. Because again, they learn from different psukim. Comes a Abaye Omar, feel the Rabbi Kiva chayv shtayim. Lahachi paginu kro sham ta'aleh v'sham ta'aseh. Even Rabbi Kiva will agree that two different languages were used. Sham ta'aleh v'sham ta'aseh. Therefore, comes out shochat v'zarak v'he'alo l'divrei kol chayv shtayim. According to everybody, you're going to be chayiv for two, because we said shochat v'zarak you're chayiv one, and shochat v'he'alo or zarak ve'elo, you're chayiv two, so you can be chayiv two at a minimum. Torah Rabbah. It says b'machaneh. If you shecht b'machaneh, yachol ha'shoichet oila b'dorim yechayiv, you're supposed to shecht an oil in the north, in the Yazara. What if I shecht it in the south? Maybe I'm also chayiv. Talmud loymar michutz l'machaneh. Well, that's not the Azor. So I might think Yaakov chutz l'shosh machanus. Maybe you only get course if you shechted outside of the complete machaneh, the three machanos. Minayin af b'machaneh levia even a harabayis. Talmud laber b'machaneh. I b'machaneh yachol ha'shochet ola b'dorim yechayiv. How do you know that shechting it not in its normal place? If you just, instead of shechting in the north, if you shechted in the south, maybe I'm also chayiv. Talmud loymar. O asher yishchat michutz l'machaneh. Ma chutz l'machaneh miyuchad. She'ein royi l'shchitas kol zevach. Outside the machaneh, you can't shecht any korban. Af b'machaneh she'ein royi l'shchitas kol zevach. In order to be chayiv kores, you have to shecht it in a place where it's not fit to do any shchita. Yotza dorom, she'afal pi she'ein royi l'shchitas kodshe kodshim, royi l'shchitas kodshe kalim. We shecht the shlomim in dorom. So since there are korbanos that we can shecht b'dorom, you don't get karis. Omer Ula. Hashoichet al gago shel heichal chayiv. If you shecht a korban on the roof of the heichal, you're chayiv v'chates. Hoil vein roy l'shchitas kol zevach. There's no permissibility to shecht anything up there. So just like we said, if it's got to be, if you shecht in a place where there's no heter to shecht there, you're going to get your chayiv v'kares. Maski flarava im kain nichtov kra b'machaneh umichutz l'machaneh. The Lord boy el Pesach ol Moed, and you didn't offer it Pesach ol Moed. El Pesach oil Moed lamali lav lemute gago. The Gemara wants to say that comes to exclude the roof as a place where you get kares. Ula rava im kain nichtov el Pesach ol Moed, that you didn't bring it el Pesach ol Moed, and don't have to write b'machaneh michutz l'machaneh lamali. Maybe lav lasui gagoy. Maybe that comes to include the roof as a place where you're chayiv kares if you shecht there. Omer of Mary Lo. Laisui kula bifnim mitzavar b'chutz. Bringing those psukim tells you that you're chayiv in the case where The animal is standing in the Azara, but the neck is outside the Azara. So you didn't shecht within the Azara. But you get, because of El Pesach Chol Moed, that is included in the Koris. So the Gemara says, Tzavar b'chutz pshiti. So if only the neck is outside, then it's a davar pashut. Amai kabid rachmana. The Torah is concerned about the shchita b'chutzi. Here you shecht it outside. So you can learn the same drasha from El Pesach Chol Moed. Rather, it's more logical to say that the pasuk comes to include a case where the animal is standing outside and the neck is inside. The act of actually took place in the Azara. So the Machane comes to refer to the part of the animal that's outside. Itma. Hamala bezman hazeh. We shecht an animal that we declare is hegdish, and we shecht it outside of the Beis HaMikdash today. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Chayiv, Rish Lakish Amar Potter. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Chayiv, Kitcher Rishon and Kitcher L'Shaita v'Kitcher Asid Lovo. The Kedusha of Beis Mikdash remains forever. And therefore, Yerushalayim is still, and the place of the Beis HaMikdash is still considered the place where you would bring korbanos. So offering an abama would be prohibited even today. Reish Lakish Amar Potter, because Kitcher Rishona is only Kitcher L'Shaita, it was only temporary, v'lo Kitcher L'Osid Lovo. So we would not be chayiv for offering korbanos on abama today. Nema de beplukta Rabbi Eliezer Rabbi Shua kamiflagi. It's not. Rabbi Eliezer kishayu bornim b'heichel. When they were building the Beis HaMikdash by Yisheni, hayu oisin kloim b'heichel. First, they built curtains, both surrounding the heichel, and they made curtains around the azaras, kloim bazaras, before they built the walls. The only difference is behechal bonim b'chutz. By the heichal, the wall was built outside of the curtains. Uvazar bonim b'bifnei. The azar, they built them within. We wanted the workers not to be able to look inside the heichal, so that's why the wall was built outside the curtains for tznius. Amar Rabbi Yeshua Shamati. Shayu makrivin avol pi she'ein bayis. They would offer korbanos even before the walls were finished. V'oichlin kotche kotchim avol pi she'ein kloim. They could eat the chatas, the arsham, in the azara, even though people could see it. And you could eat kotche kalamu ma'aser sheni avol pi she'ein choima. Even before there was walls around the city of Yerushalayim, you could eat the shlomim and the ma'aser sheni anywhere in Yerushalayim. Why? Now, lav mechlad Rabbi Eliezer sever loy kitsha. So, is it that Rabbi Eliezer holds that it was not permanently miskadesh? No. Perhaps both Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua, they both agree that the kedusha remains. It just depends on what they heard. Mar ma'idishmi aleikomer, mar ma'idishmi aleikomer. Each, there's no machlokas, they each heard something else. What's the purpose for curtains according to Rabbi Eliezer? Litznius, not for kedusha, just for tznius. Itmar. Hamale. Ve'ein bo kazayas. You offer less than the kazayas of kochim outside. And then there's a bone that's attached to the meat. Etzem ashlimo lekazayas. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Chayiv. Reish Lakish Amar Potter. The bone adds to the kazayas, even though normally bone, it's only secondary to the meat. It's not usually offered by itself. But bone is burned, so therefore, according to Rabbi Yochanan, it's okay. You're going to be chayiv for it. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Chayiv, chiburei oilin ka'oilin dami. Even things that are attached to the meat are viewed as things that go up on the mizbeach. Reish Lakish Amar Potter chibur oilin lav ka'oilin dami. But Reish Lakish doesn't hold that chiburim are viewed as the offering itself. Okay, we'll stop here. Tomorrow.